Check out how we made this DIY dollhouse shaped bookshelf. This is a really fun project for any kid's nursery. It can hold lots of books and decor and can fit with a number of different styles. The first thing we did was cut all the boards. You can get the full cut list on the PDF printable plans that we have on our website. Simple cuts, all straight with a couple of 30-degree beveled angles for the sides and the roof. This project is intended to be very user-friendly, which means it uses very simple tools and very straight angles. To put all the pieces together for this bookshelf, we just used wood glue and brad nails. This is very simple. If you don't have a brad nailer, you can also use a regular hammer and nails, or you can use a drill with some screws. It's very simple to pop this thing together. A little trick here to make your shelves exactly the same height is when you use the divider pieces, use those to separate the shelves. That way you can set them in exactly the way you need to, no measuring. They will be perfect for the size of the dividers. We set up the frame first, attaching each of the 3 shelves to the sides. As you can see, the sides go up a little bit past the top shelf, and that's to create a bigger roof-shaped section for the top. Then we added the dividers, each a foot in on the bottom and middle shelves, each from the side, and then it was time to work on the roof. For this, we had 2 30-degree beveled angles, and we used wood glue and clamps to put these together, then drilled a nail right through the top. This roof is super secure because it's got wood glue and a nail, and then later on we go back and add wood filler to cover up the seam. Once the roof was assembled, it was time to attach it to the house itself. This was easy. We just put wood glue on the 2 angles on the sides and then put the roof in place centered on each side. Then we used a nail gun to nail the roof into place into the top of the sides. Between the nails and the wood glue, this will set and remain perfectly solid. Next, we added 4 little feet to the bottom of the bookshelf. This is an optional step, definitely not something you have to do, but we wanted to add a little bit of character to it. Remember, if you do legs that are too big in a kid's room, it's pretty inevitable that something is going to get lost under there. So these are pretty short. The next step was to trace the backer board. So we literally laid the bookshelf down on top of a 1/4 inch of plywood, traced exactly the angles that it was going to be at, and then used a circular saw to cut out that backer. You could also use a jigsaw or whatever saw you have. Once the backer was cut and sanded, it was time to paint. We used a paint sprayer, and we used the same color that we used on the top of the scalloped wall in our daughter's nursery. We used the paint sprayer to do inside of all the little cubbies. That was kind of difficult to do. And then we did all the edges and sides. We also painted one side of the backer this same color that would be on the actual back of the backer. Then we came inside once that was dry and painted the inside of the backer to be an accent color. This means that the backer is going to look a little different when you look through it. This color is the same as the dresser in her room, which is what we painted our son's nursery in our old house. Tying these accent colors together just adds a little bit of professionalism. The last step was to attach that backer to the house. We put wood glue down around the edge of the actual house itself and then used a brad nailer to attach the backer along all of the edges to make sure it was safe and secure. That's it. This was a really simple build and it turned out so nice. We love the way it looks in her room. The different spaces of the rooms are really cool to see, and we love the accent color. We let our son organize it and put all the books in there. He didn't exactly do it in the same type of organizational style that we would do it in, but to him, he really liked it.
It's perfect!
This dollhouse bookshelf is really easy to build and is a perfect accent for her room. If you want to build one for yourself, go to charlestoncrafted.com and get the free printable PDF plans.